Hello again, everyone. This is Faith and Glory TV, and I just wanted to take time again to speak to everyone. This time I got a couple of verses, and I just wanted to say a couple of things, and also I got I got to talk about a little bit about another dream that I had a while back, uh, not that long ago, but a little while ago. Um, and some things that I've been going through that I put in my journal. But I'll just start off with the first verse from the Bible, um, and just let you guys know that like I said, I think in the last video that we are in the last days, and you can just pretty much tell what's going on in the world today. But I'm just gonna read this verse right here from Acts. To start it off. And this is when Peter was addressing the crowd. And this is he's quoting directly from Joel 2, chapter 2, 28, verses 28 through 32. It says here, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. They will, I will show wonders in the heaven above and signs on the earth below, blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord, and everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So just remember that, and that's at Acts chapter 2, verses 17 through 21, and that's from Joel. Peter's speech from Joel. So you kind of see that that definitely applies today. We're going to talk about the blood moons that they've been having, the large moons, blood moons. Um, I as far as the sun being dark, I don't know if that could be an eclipse, but I mean it could be just something else too. But as far as the prophesies and the dreams, I think we could all see that. There's a lot of people posting on the internet and YouTube with their dreams and their prophecies. So it is increasing. It's definitely increasing. Um, but yeah, I wanted to say about a dream that I had. I know I talked about my other dream before, and some of the struggles that I have been going through. Um, but for this dream or this vision, I guess I could say, I had a situation where I was really questioning, should I go ahead and do it, um, and it's causing me a lot of anxiety. So I don't really know how to address it. Uh, and I think I was actually going to school and taking some classes and things, but I didn't really know if that was really for me. Um, and it seemed like there was a question there as far as should I continue on. Uh, so one night I had a dream, and this class pretty much was like an art class, and I questioned some of the stuff on it. Uh, because it did have like fine art, nudity, and different things like that. Things that people do question. If you look on the internet, it has questions about that kind of stuff as well. Um, and I had a lot of questions with that being try to be a active Christian and things like that. Um, so I did question it, as far as my own salvation and my own feelings. But so I did have a dream about it, you know, and it kind of showed me that these these classes or whatever, I think, was basically making me feel like I was gonna get back on the roller coaster. Like I said, I was getting past the point where I was struggling and everything. The Lord delivered me from all that stuff, and I felt that I was getting on the roller coaster and I was going backwards on a roller coaster in the dream. So to me, that was telling me that, you better be careful because you might get back on that roller coaster where you're going to be doing up and down again, struggling basically. So that to me was a sign telling me that, hey, you need to go ahead and stop it. I mean, I'm not saying that's the same case for everybody, but I think that was the case with me just because where I was at in my walk at the time. You know, maybe I wasn't as strong as I thought I could be, you know, especially going through the situation that I did as far as being delivered and everything. So that was a sign right there. And then it had another dream. It was pretty much like the rapture, I think. And you know, everybody was going up, and then I wasn't going up. So I mean, it's not funny, but it's telling me that if you go back this way, you go back to your old ways again. It could risk you from being ready for his return. And I definitely think that's the case. That's true. So that was one dream that I had, and I just pretty much stopped. I was like, maybe I don't know. I'm basically just trying to live my life to put with God first, and I think everybody should do it that way. Put Him first, and whatever His will is, that's what you do. You just follow His will. It might be inconvenient. It might be uh, challenging for your life because you gotta adjust your life to coincide with what His will is. But if that's what you gotta do, then I think that's well worth it. That's well worth it. I think you should sacrifice something for the Lord. You know, your life should not be made easy just for your convenience. You know, um, if everything is going good and you live in a great life and you living exactly like someone in the world, and I think I was talking to my son about this yesterday when we was doing Bible study. Um, then there's no difference between you and the world. There's no difference between you and the world if you're not sacrificing anything for the Lord and you're doing exactly the same stuff that the world is doing. Then what makes you any different from them? And I know that some people talk about works and stuff like that, and I don't believe in works either. Works is not going to get you to heaven. Having a relationship with the Lord is going to get you to heaven. But that's about doing what's right. You know, after you saying that you're supposed to be a Christian. And I know that works won't get you in, but you have to still live your life as a Christian, which means it's gonna be different from the world. So just something to think about to everybody that's um, going through their Christian life, their fellowship. Um, Now I did have another dream. The video's almost 10 minutes, so I'm gonna try to make it quick. But I did have another dream, and I felt that I was going through some serious attack too because I had to go to work for like a week somewhere else by myself on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, but um, and it was like for a week for basically for work. I was basically by myself in the hotel room, and I know if you only kind of struggling, if you by yourself, that's not the part where you want to be dealing with that kind of stuff. But you know, it's neither here nor there. That's just pretty much. I think it was pretty much a test, basically, for me. So it was very difficult being there and trying to do the right thing, and then on top of that, while I was there, one of the people that was also there for the training was like some guy, that I knew a while back, and he's talking about all his old exploits and all crazy stuff. And sitting here trying to deal with this stuff, and he's sitting here talking about all his old exploits and his stuff, living his old ways back in his days, and that stuff really convicted me because he's like bringing out some old memories on from me. Now I'm like, man, why is this guy here? He just talked about old stuff that I'm trying not to think about. So it convicted me a lot, and then next day I had to go in and like talk to him about it, try to get his mind to change a little bit. I almost felt that I had to do that. But while I was there, I had a serious dream too. I had a dream that it was a big like reddish black cloud in the sky, and you know I don't know what it was when I had the dream. I thought that it might have been something good. I don't know. It's something forming in the clouds. I was like, oh, it might be good. But that as I looked at it, it started these black clouds started turning into like demonic looking figures flying around. You know, and it's like demons like flying in the air. I'm like, what the heck? This is not good. So then these demons or whatever start flying down toward the crowd. We was all looking up in the sky, me and some other people. Then these demons start flying down with great speed, and looked like they was trying to land on all of us. And me and another guy was just like, we better brace for these things, when they hit us. So they came down, raining down on people, and they rained down on me too. And once it hit me in the dream, it felt like it hit me in real life. I was sitting in my bed, and then all of a sudden, I feel like I get hit by the same thing that was in my dream. The next thing I know, in my actual bed, I feel pressure and feel like something is on top of me, trying to push me down, kind of shaking me a little bit. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I felt like pressure. It's like the dream turned into something real. So it's like I was getting attacked by, the spirit, basically, spiritually attacked. So I tried to call on the Lord, and I couldn't even hardly speak. It was like it was trying to keep me from speaking. So I had to really fight it just so I could call on the Lord for Him to take this thing away. And then I finally did, and the Lord took it away. But that scared me a lot. I don't really know what that dream was. I felt like I was already getting tested already, being in school. So, it pretty much freaked me out. And I prayed after that. I believe I prayed. I'm pretty sure I prayed after that. And then I wrote a text to, a lot of my close friends and family. And, the only one, there's a couple of them wrote back or called me. My dad called me, tell me if asked me is everything good, and, you know, and my brother sent me a text back, kind of encouraging me and stuff. So one of my brothers. So it just kind of made me seem like there are some still people there for me, but that was a pretty scary dream, you know. And I told him in the text, man, you guys better be ready. I think the Lord's coming soon. The time is short. The time is short. That's kind of like what I got out of that dream. Um, so just keep in mind that keep trying to do what you're doing. If you're trying to live for the Lord, and try to talk to other people about the Lord as well. Uh, don't keep it to yourself. Let other people know about it. Let them see your light. Let your light shine to them. Uh, but I know it can be difficult sometimes, but you just gotta persevere. Um, I know a lot of people go through the same thing. I'm going through the same thing myself, but I'm gonna try to endure as much as I can with the help of the Lord. But I just going to end this video. We're getting close to 15 minutes. I'm just going to end this video with First Peter, and he's talking about suffering for being a Christian. So here it is in First Peter, verse 12. Uh, well, First Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Dear friends, do not be surprised at the painful trial you are suffering, as though something strange were happening to you. Verse 13. But rejoice that you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may be overjoyed when His glory is revealed. Then over here, verse 16. However, if you suffer as a Christian, do not be ashamed, but praise God that you bear uh, that name. For it is time for judgment to begin with the family of God. And if it begins with us, what will the outcome be for those who do not obey the gospel of God? And it is hard for the righteous to be saved. What will become of the ungodly and the sinner? If it is hard for the righteous to be saved, what will become of the ungodly and the sinner? So then those who suffer according to God's will should commit themselves to their faithful creator and continue to do good. So it tells you right there that it's going to be hard for the righteous. It's going to be hard for the people that's trying to live for the Lord. So, imagine how tough it's going to be for those who aren't. So just something to think about, and just continue to persevere and try to fight for the Lord and just be ready. All right. That's pretty much all I got for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up since it's getting a little long. And yeah, everybody should be ready because we definitely living in tough times right now. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later. May God bless you.